we go. Boom. Hey everybody, Barbara Drazga here, and today we're going to talk about bundling for fun and profit for Amazon sellers and beyond Amazon. So if you're new to Amazon, if you're not new to Amazon, doesn't matter, you belong here. We're going to talk about how you can add bundles or just create an entire business based on bundles like pretty much I have for your Amazon and beyond your e-commerce business. So my name is Barbara Drazga. Welcome, welcome. You can call me, my name is The Deal Diva because I'm really good at working deals. And today, here's what we're going to learn. I'm going to drop a ton of content. So what I want you to do is grab a pen and a pad of paper, and we're going to dive in, take a ton of notes. There will be a Q&A after. And towards the end, I'm looking over here because I've got a table full of samples. Bundles that I'm working on, that I've had, and they're all over here to my right. And I'm going to share some real live bundles with you so you can get some ideas so you can go in action this weekend. So again, my name is Barbara Drazga, and today I'm going to teach you how to plan your bundles before you spend any money on inventory, how to identify a niche to build your bundles in so you can price your products higher and get more sales, and then how to keep your competitors from hopping on your listing forever. So tell me a little bit about you. Thank you for being here today. How experienced are you with bundling? Go ahead and put it in the chat. If you're number one, put if you're brand spanking new. Number two, if you've dabbled a little bit, you've played around with bundles, maybe toyed with it, but not committed. And number three, if you adore, love bundles, you've done bundles, you make some money on bundles, you want to make more money on bundles, but you've got a little bit of experience. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Let me come over to the chat. And so we got ones, we got twos. And this was a trick question. It doesn't matter where you're at because 22, Hal is 22. And Hal, I know, is doing bundles. Diane is a 2, dabbles a little bit. Okay, awesome. So it doesn't matter if you're new to this, if you've played with bundles, if you're an expert at bundles. I'm pretty confident that by the end of this presentation, you're going to run away with even more ideas, even if it's one idea that you can implement right away. The caveat is no matter what we learn, if we don't implement it, nothing really changes, right? So I would challenge you and encourage you, if you've got one takeaway, just one takeaway at the end of this presentation, please go and action it this weekend to get that momentum going. All right, here we go. A little bit about me. It all started with a rubber chicken and a dream. That is my cat Gizmo in the background. Now, Gizmo he's quite the character. He's got a personality and he loves weird stuff. And this rubber chicken was the very first thing that I put into a bundle. I thought it was a bundle, but it was actually a multi-pack. But at the time, I didn't know the difference. And it was my first shipment into Amazon because I was getting my feet wet way back in 2015. Doesn't seem that long ago, but in internet years, 2015 is a long time ago. And I was just learning how to send stuff into Amazon. So I bought these rubber chickens wholesale, and I put 3 of them into a poly bag and a bubble bag, and I sent them into Amazon. And the reason Gizmo's given that rubber chicken a look is because he liked to play fetch with them. So I'd fling it across the room and he would drag it back by its foot. And eventually he figured out how to pop off its head. So anytime I squeezed that sucker, that look on his face is the result. He was very happy that I was going to throw one to him. So that's how I started selling on Amazon back in 2015. But I have been selling stuff online since gulp 1996. Yeah, I am that old. eBay, I started back on eBay. And before I even knew what bundles were, I was bundling stuff back on eBay. I just didn't know it was a bundle. It was just natural for me to put things together to create a customer experience where people would just say, oh, this is so cool, I have to have it. So it's kind of a natural glitch of mine, a natural personality trait that I like to put things together to make something even better than, sum of 2 parts makes a better whole, or however that goes. Okay, so here's some of Amazon's challenges we are dealing with today, right? So there's a lot of new competition from all over the world, different countries, wholesale sellers, private label sellers, retail arbitragers, new people coming into the Amazon marketplace. And then we have the seedy side of Amazon. You got hijackers, IP takedowns. Sometimes it's just hard to get brand approval. It seems to be harder and harder if you're selling wholesale to get a brand to say yes to you. Bundling is your ticket into a brand, by the way. Using bundling as a value proposition is a great in to get brand approval when nobody else can. High pay-per-click costs, they're just skyrocketing as we get closer to Q4. They're going to go up and up and up and up. And the terms of service, as I think we can all agree, are a moving target. Amazon changes what they do constantly. So staying on top of those terms of service as a bundler is super important. And I am an Amazon seller. Actually, I don't use that label for myself anymore. I say I'm an e-commerce seller, but I am actively selling on Amazon, which is, a lot of folks out there trying to sell stuff on how to sell on Amazon, but they don't actually sell on Amazon. And it's important to be doing what I'm teaching because the terms of service are a moving target. So I've got my knee deep into bundling and selling on Amazon like all of you guys do. So I'm in it with you. And as things change on Amazon, I will bring that content and information to you as I learn. So why bundles? Selling products at a higher price point and a profit margin. Boom. If that was the only reason, that would be enough, right? But you can beat your competition to a sale because you're adding value. So if you're the only bundle on page 1 of single products and you're priced well and your bundle is built to add value to the customer, then you will beat out that competition. And you can build out related products to own a market niche. So if you decide you want to go after a specific niche in a market, like, the Dachshund market, you can build out bundles just for that market. And then you might end up getting cross sales to the same people. And then build out related products or customized to ward off lazy sellers. We all have seen those bundles done by lazy sellers that have a sticker they added, or they added a keychain to something to make it a bundle. Well, that doesn't meet the criteria for bundling of adding value. So when you customize your bundles, those lazy sellers can't hop on your listing. And when you make sure that you're sourcing from multiple sources and really putting your customer first before you build a bundle, you're going to ward off those lazy sellers. Provide an Amazon amazing customer experience. Amazon, what do they say? They say they are customer obsessed. So when we make their customers happy, they're happy. And when you drive off Amazon traffic to Amazon, Amazon is also happy there, but you can do it in a way that's within terms of service and allows you to build a customer list. So my unique approach to bundling is a little bit different than what you might hear, some folks on YouTube, or if you've just sort of seen it in groups. I take a very different approach. I am customer centric. I am customer oriented. So I encourage you to know your market before you source one single product. Understand who else is selling products to that market, not necessarily in bundles, but who is selling products to that market. That's your competition for those eyeballs and those sales. Then you want to build your bundle concepts again before you're buying anything. You want to build out your bundle concepts on paper and then identify your suppliers after you build your bundle concepts. And by the way, suppliers can come from anywhere, from wholesale, private label, retail arbitrage, liquidation, and closeout. And competition proof your bundles. I'm going to show you a couple of ways I've competition proof bundles in this presentation and how you can too. And then you want to test it and refine it. Drive some outside traffic, drive some pay-per-click, but it's not necessary if we have done our job right from 1, 2, and 3 and really understand our customer before we bundle anything. And then you can automate and delegate portions of the process. Okay, so that's a lot of information. My unique approach to bundling. I'm going to really simplify it down for you guys. Okay, first, I want to introduce you to a dear friend of mine, Anita Breeze. She has now entered the keto market for about a year, a little over a year now. She has started like a blog and built a social media following. I follow her with keto challenges. She is amazing. And Anita has been bundling since before I was. And she entered my bundle masterclass. And if I was even able to teach her something, and she is an expert, which is really cool. She did a unicorn themed bundle. She only did 36 quantities. So you don't need to go deep on your bundles. You don't need to, buy 1,000 products. She did just 36 of them, sell them for $25 a piece. Her cost was $6.75, and her net after expenses was $14.14. She sold out in 1 week, netted $509 in net profit. raised her price and went off and sourced more for that bundle. So that was her approach to testing small and then scaling up after you've tested that product and it sells. So if you do the math of that, just 509 in 1 week multiplied by 52 weeks a year for that one bundle, it gives you a taste for the potential of bundling. And by the way, she had no competition on this bundle, none. So by the way, in case you need to leave early, I wanted to make a quick offer to you. Join the bundle masterclass and save a couple $100. If you join by Tuesday, the price is going up to $697. Just go to smartbundling.com, use the discount code BMC flash sale. BMC stands for bundle masterclass. BMC flash sale. You'll save $200 and get a bunch of VIP bonuses that I'll talk about at the end of this presentation. I just wanted to drop this slide in for you in case you had to leave early to go on your July 4th weekend extravaganza. So smartbundling.com, discount code BMC flash sale. Go ahead and screenshot this and save $200 when you enroll by Tuesday night. Okay, so types of bundles. Solution bundles, passion bundles. There's so many different types of things you could bundle to solve different problems and feed different passions. B2B market, I love business to business bundles because selling to corporations, the people who are buying them aren't spending their own money, so they're less price sensitive. Bulk products, ready to give products. Now, you'll see a lot of unicorns in my trainings because I talk about passionate niche markets and unicorns. People who love unicorns are passionate about unicorns. Seasonal topics versus evergreen. So here's the thing. I like building out evergreen bundles, which means they will sell year round, regardless of whether or not it's July 4th or Halloween or Easter or Valentine's Day. Now, those specific seasonal topics, I will add seasonal bundles throughout the year to address different happenings, but I make sure that I have built a focus of evergreen bundles that sell year round before I start seasonal bundles. So if you're just starting out with bundling, I would recommend that you focus on your evergreen bundles first and get your inventory of bundles that'll sell year round, and then add your seasonal bundles as you get better at bundling, and so you can get those pops of income throughout the year. So step one, niche market research. You'll see that unicorn again. Do you know if you ever went on Google, here's a kind of a quick homework assignment for you this weekend. Go on Google and type in unicorn weddings or mermaid weddings. Believe me, it's a thing. It's a thing. So there are people who love unicorns so much that they will theme whatever. It could be a bedroom, a wedding around it. And then that is for any market, actually. It could be dachshund lovers. It could be frog lovers, trout lovers, chicken lovers, right? So the trick in creating passionate or profitable bundles is to understand your market before you source any products. So here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Don't do that. If you spend 80% of the time it takes you to build a bundle from A to Z, 80% of that time understanding the niche market, you significantly increase the potential for sales and profitability of that bundle, okay? So the first step is to identify passions and problems. And get to your keyboards because I'm going to give you an assignment. I love interactive presentations. So I'm going to have you kind of interact with me. I'm going to ask you a question in a second. So identify passions and problems and conduct keyword research using a bunch of tools. There's Merchant Words, Google Trends, Keyword.io, Amazon, Google. Look for niches where you can combine high volume keywords. I call them mashups. So I just gave you an example of unicorns and weddings. Those are two very passionate markets. And then when you put them together, I call that a mashup. So you ready? Here we go. Here's the interactive part. Tell me in the chat things that you are passionate about. But here's the caveat. Here's the one instruction. You have to niche it down. So instead of just saying I'm passionate about dogs, tell me what kind of dog. What is the niche? Go ahead and put that in the chat. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at the chat and see what you got. So drop, what things are you passionate about? What are some things that you just, for me, it's mid-century modern. You notice my orange steelcraft bookcase back here. I just bought a couple of other orange steelcraft things this week at an auction. Very excited about. And then I love mid-century modern campers. So I've got like the glamper thing. So tell me in the chat what you're passionate about. And it could be, so this is a crystal frog I've got, right? I like frogs. I like chickens. In fact, I'm in the chicken market. Okay, Tammy says gardening. Tammy, it's summer hoodies. Awesome. So let's niche that down. Tammy, gardening. What do you like about gardening? Is it like I have this little thing on my counter with the light on top, and like small space gardening, apartment gardening, or it could be gardening in your front yard to grow food, right? So when you think about a larger topic, niche it down. So we've got steampunk jewelry. Oh, Tammy Swafford, that is a hot niche. Anything steampunk, and then you've niched it down to jewelry. Nice job. Patio porch pots, tomatoes. Boy, I bet there are, I don't know how many different breeds of tomatoes, probably a lot of them. How about organic gardening? I've been getting into being more focused on getting organic seeds. Trail running, Hal, I do trail running as well. That's a very specific thing. So for us trail runners, we have specific shoes we use. We'll wear t-shirts that, speak to our passion. Maybe trail running is different in the desert than it is out, in a more humid climate. So awesome. Thank you guys for playing. I appreciate that. So as we keep going with this presentation, I want you to think about niches that you're passionate about or that people would be passionate about, and just start making a list as you think of them, okay? So the next thing you're going to do is competitive research. Now, don't mistake this as looking for competitors who are also selling bundles. What we're looking for is people who are selling things to the target market that we are, because we want to see what they're missing. And we want to look at their reviews and see what people said. Gee, I wish this product also came with this, because that's a bundle product idea, right? So you want to identify what's being sold on Amazon with your keywords. Look at sales volume there's so many different tools out there, from Jungle Scout, Viral Launch, Helium 10, to look at sales volumes for products. Identify the holes in the market. What's missing? Weaknesses in the product. What is happening with the product that in the reviews people are saying, boy, this is what I love everything about the product, but this is the one thing I wish was different. And then look for weaknesses in listings. Cool products that are selling well, but maybe the listing's not that great. You might be able to go to that supplier of the listing and convince them to allow you to bundle that product, a whole new listing on a product that's already selling well, but yours is a bundle variation. Step 3, make your bundle irresistible. By that, I mean, I want people to see my listing and say, pardon my French, shut up and take my money. Take my money. This is so cool. And to do that, you got to create an added value experience. So you're not just selling the product, you're offering them an experience. You're offering them something that makes them smile, or something that says, wow, this solves my problem better than everything else. Okay. Your initial passion and problem research is going to reveal what that customer wants and needs. You want to make your bundle unique. No Me Too bundles. Don't just, copy somebody else's bundle. Make it better. And I'm going to show you in a minute an example of a bundle that, a couple of bundles that we can make better. Over delivering, package, inserts, etc. You want to over deliver. So my goal is to surprise and delight customers. When they open that Amazon box, I want them to see my product and go, oh my gosh, this is so cute. But not just the product. I want them, from the packaging on the inserts, everything. I want them to love that so much. And the final result of that, not just having a happy customer, but I increase my chances of getting reviews and positive reviews at that. Ask the right questions. You don't ask, what can I throw in this bundle? That's a lazy seller attitude. You want to ask, what else does my ideal buyer want or need? Which means we're not looking at the product first. We're looking at the customer-centric approach to bundling. Do's and don'ts. No Me Too products. Don't just copy somebody else. Bundle stuffing, where you just stuff junk in there that doesn't relate to the target market. Non-optimized listings creation. If you're going to spend 80% of your time understanding passions and problems that you're building a bundle for, then make sure your listing is spot on. Great photographs, lifestyle images, great photos. Make sure, now we are in a business, right? So make sure you've got enough margin. And we talk about that in the Bundle Masterclass. As we're building our bundle, as we're building where our supplies are coming from, we will build out different variations of it on paper to make sure that we can make enough money on our bundles. And then the flip side of that is overthinking and perfectionism. I know at the beginning, it's just real easy to say, oh, I can put this in there and this and this and this and this and this. And now we're putting too much in there, and a confused mind doesn't buy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be really solid, right? And then some people never actually pull the trigger and take action because they're overthinking their bundles too much, right? So there's a fine line between overthinking and pulling the trigger and just making it happen. Here is a poor bundle example. Pardon me while I take a little drink of water here. So this bundle, I'm going to call you guys out in the chat again. What's missing? Now you're the customer who's throwing a kid's birthday party, and the kid loves Jack Skellington and Nightmare Before Christmas, and you go to buy this bundle. Forget about the listing quality at the moment, because we can all see that there are problems with the listing quality. But what's missing from a customer standpoint? Think about it. They're setting the table. They put the tablecloth down. The kids are starting to show up. The doorbell's ringing. You know, you got the cake there ready to be cut, and you've got the Kool-Aid, the pitcher of Kool-Aid there. What is missing? Very obviously missing from this bundle that this busy mom needs to make this party happen. Go ahead and put it in the chat. What is missing from this bundle? I'm going to cups. There we go. Jay, good job. Jay got it. Red glasses. Exactly. Right. So when you do that little exercise that I just did, and you put yourself in that position that you are that busy parent with the doorbell ringing, with a bunch of 8-year-olds showing up, and you're trying to set the table and get this out, what is missing from this bundle? And then, of course, the listing quality. I know that a lot of you in here you're seasoned Amazon sellers. It's pretty easy to see that this is missing a lot of information. It's got only one photograph, and the photograph isn't that good either. You can do this better. Really, you can do this better, and it's not very hard to make a better listing. And that $47.99 price point is way overpriced for what is in this bundle. So this is a poor bundle example I wanted to show you, so you could get a feeling for how not to do it, and how to, when you see competition selling something like this, how you can improve on the competition by making everything about this, the product and the bundle and the photography, better. But now I'm going to show you the flip side. Good bundle example. So January last year, I was looking for something to keep fit while I was traveling, something I could throw in my suitcase. And I ran across this. I'm like, this is awesome. Look at that rank. This is an awesome bundle. But then I want to make it better, because what's it missing? Couldn't there be a variation for women? Couldn't there be a variation on this? Now you notice the color of the bands are primary colors. How about colors of the bands in pastel colors for women? But even more so, the way that they locked down this bundle was to put their brand name on the bag. But putting the brand name on the bag doesn't add value to me as the customer. It would be so much cuter if that bag had like a silhouette of a bodybuilder and then Wen Feng underneath it, right? So the image on the bag should be something that represents the interest of your target market. And then you can still put your brand name underneath it. Okay, another thing that's missing, remember, I'm traveling. I'm going to a hotel room. I got these bands on me. I just bought on Amazon. I threw them in my overnight bag. I'm at the hotel and I pull them out and I'm like, well, how the heck do I use these? So wouldn't it be useful for this bundle to have a little wallet card? And on the front, it shows me 3 exercises. And on the back, it shows me another 3 exercises, 3 upper body, 3 lower body that's in that bag. That little added value puts yourself in that frame of mind of your customer using your product. And that little added value could put me way over the top on this. Does that make sense? So you see how you can take a great product, a great listing, and make it even more targeted to your customer so that you can beat out this person, this private label seller, with a similar product. Make sense? Okay. So let's go on. I know I'm covering a lot of stuff, guys. Let me take another sip of water here and we'll keep going. How you guys doing? Are you hanging in there, taking lots of notes? But yes, in the chat, if you are writing frantically. All right. So where to source? Gosh, pretty much anywhere. So you can source from um, anywhere you can find great products. I asked the viability question for my evergreen. Do I have long-term access to the bundles products? But that's not a deal breaker for me. You can source at retail stores, wholesale, liquidation, and closeouts. Been buying a lot of liquidation and closeouts for the past about a year now. I rented my commercial space last September, 4,100 square feet with pallet racking going, up the walls. And I am just doing really well with closeout products, but brand new products, not shelf pulls, not store returns, just brand new products, but in specific niche markets. And that's working really well for me. You can have stuff manufactured at low MOQs at any country in the world. Brand owners will white label products that they already produce. They will put your brand on their product for you. Etsy, there are a lot of really creative people on Etsy who will wholesale products to you. They'll even make product for you to your specification. Advertising promotion companies, I love this one. And I can do a lot of low MOQs from pretty much anywhere. So don't limit where you look to get product to put in your bundles. You can get them everywhere. Search examples. So I was putting together a shark related bedding bundle, and I wanted to have a little plush shark. Say that 3 times fast, right? So I went to Google and I typed in wholesale plush shark, and this came up, Joissu, JOISSU.com. And this is actually, I'd have to buy this whole set of cute little sea life animals to get that shark. But it shows you what you can get, for 54 cents each. You could actually just create a bundle with all 6 of these and only pay, $3 plus shipping for this bundle. Does that make sense? And then of course you'll add other things to that bundle. But this was a 30-second search for wholesale plush shark. So Google is your friend. You'll hear me say that a lot in the Bundle Masterclass. Just type in what you're looking for and put the word wholesale at the end of it. Okay, here's an example of sourcing from AliExpress. One year we did a bundle for new kids going back to school. Now this is seasonal, so we did a back to school college bundle. And the target market was teenagers and young 20ers who were going to be living in student housing and sharing a kitchen, or somebody with their first apartment. So we went to AliExpress and we sourced different color variations, green, pink, and blue, of these different products. And then put them together in a bundle. Okay, competition proofing your bundles. Now, I know I'm going fast. There's no way I can cover everything that I cover in the Bundle Masterclass in this presentation, but if you screenshot some of these slides here, you'll have enough information to kind of get started this weekend and start conceptualizing your first bundle. So, competition proof your bundles. Source from various suppliers. And if you hang on, I'm going to show you real life bundles that I am creating or have created, and show you how I source from different suppliers. So create unique packaging. I'm also going to show you some unique packaging that I've had created that kind of think outside the box packaging, right? And then add a custom piece to your bundles, puzzles, flashcards, planners, calendars, really easy things to get printed, checklists, cheat sheets, certificate, recipes. Here's an example. A few years ago, I bought these wholesale hand puppets. So these there were 6 animals: frog, pig, bear, cow, monkey, and something else. And what I did was put them together, and they were really cute too. They were really plush ones, and you could put your fingers up in the head and in the hands. Super, super cute. So I put all 6 together, and I made an adoption certificate that we just printed out on a laser printer, but on nice adoption paper or certificate paper with like gold edging on it. But we made the certificate personal to the child, right? So the buyer of this is like mom, dad, an aunt, a teacher for special education classes, right? A grandmother, but the user of the product is the child. So the adoption certificate said something like, "Hi, my name is," and then a blank for the child to write in the name. And I have just adopted this zoo. And then it named each of the, "Hi, my name is the bear." and then a blank spot so the child could name each of the animals, right? Makes it personal. And then the adoption box, or we called it the adoption box, but the packaging looked like if you went to adopt an animal where they have a hole and they have a box with holes in it, right? So we just had black circles on the outside of the box to make it look like they were breathing holes, air holes. But then inside it was a tab top box where they would fold it back, and the inside of the box, we printed a stage on the inside flap. So the kids could act out with their little animals on the stage. So another variation was quite by accident for these puppets. I had a customer who saw the puppets and she said, "Oh, my dad would love those." And I wasn't putting it together. I was like, "What do you mean?" It was a local lady. And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Yeah, he golfs." I still wasn't putting it together because I don't golf. She said, "Yeah, he'd love to put those on top of his golf club." So I ran to Goodwill and I bought a big wood golf club, and I got a skinny metal golf club, and I took them back and I tried those things on. Lo and behold, they fit. So I did a bundle just with the puppets, but a completely different listing and just in a poly bag, but wrote the entire listing as golf club covers. So same product, but it was for a completely different market. So this is an idea of thinking outside of the box with a product for different passionate niche markets. So promotional companies, I love promotional companies because you can put anything on. Have you ever gone to a trade show and you go up to a table, they're giving away pens and pop sockets, whatever, but they put their logo on it, right? But what we're going to use promotional companies for is to put an image related to the niche market that we're going after. So for instance, if we're going after little tweenies, 11, 12, 13-year-old girls, what do they all have in their hands? They have their cell phones, right? And they love unicorns. There's the mashup. We'll take like 3 or 4 objects from the promotional companies that are related to cell phones and put a unicorn on it. So now you have a unicorn cell phone accessories bundle. Make sense? Okay. So it's, again, another way of thinking outside the box. Here's some more custom ideas. Write these down: hospitalitymints.com, onlinelabels.com, Vistaprint, you guys all know. And then Google is your friend. I always say it in the bundle masterclass, Google is your friend. Custom printed, fill in the blank. So you can get mints with custom printing on it. But remember, don't just put think outside the box. Don't put your brand on these. Put the niche market on these, right? So have things printed that add value to the person who's getting that product. All right, step 6. You want to create different versions if you can to maximize your bundle concept, much like I did with the puppets. Create various versions for different markets. It allows you to negotiate the best price for the main item because you're going to be buying higher quantity. And then you can leverage reviews on a listing and your BSR, your rank on a listing, because you're using the same listing with different variations. Big breath. Are we having fun? Put yes if I still have your attention in the chat. You guys still with me? Put yes. Are you still with me? Okay, so we got a bunch of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Good stuff. I know it's a lot of content, guys. I can't possibly cover everything I know and have used successfully about bundling and all the mistakes I made about bundling. I can't possibly cover it all in an hour and a half webinar. So let's do the math, because I want you to understand the potential for bundles. Get out your calculators. This is not a misprint. If you have just 10 bundles, 10, and you net, after Amazon fees, mailing it in, all of your costs associated in your pocket, $10, and you sell 100 of each of these bundles a month, which is only 25 a week. That is very conservative. 10 by 10 by 100 is $10,000 net monthly profit on a product that you own the listing for, on 10 bundles, 10 listings. You own the listing. There's no competition. You don't have to fight. You don't have to get brand approval. No IP alerts, no nothing. 10 times 10 times 100 is $10,000 net monthly profit, which equals $120,000 net annually. And this is very conservative, just having 10 profitable bundles that you've built the right way by having a customer centric approach. Everybody do that math on your calculator? Okay, so I want you to understand the conservative potential of bundles. How many people can, what would that do? Do you have an extra $10,000 a month? There's all sorts of stuff I'd love to pay off my house, right? Wouldn't that be cool to pay off our mortgages? Whatever your goal is, I want to buy, don't laugh at me, I want to buy a transit van, a Ford Transit van, high top, long wheelbase, and I want to convert it into a glamper, basically, so I can travel around during the summer when it's 114 in Arizona. I can pack up my boys, Boo and Gizmo, my kitties, put them in that van, and there'll be like solar panels on the roof, and it'll be all glamped out in the, right? So I have this vision of this Ford Transit high top long wheelbase. I want that, right? So I make sure that I've got a fun goal to reach for when I'm creating a new bundle to put towards that goal. All right, so I'm going to invite you to join the Bundle Masterclass today. You can go to the website and just kind of peruse everything that you're going to learn in the Bundle Masterclass. Everything we covered here multiplied by probably about 50, niche market discovery, evaluation, everything we covered here. And another master bundler, Jerry Mills, came to the Bundle Masterclass a couple of years ago. He said the deep dive of the course provides inspiration. I think you can tell by now I've got a lot of great ideas and I love sharing them in the course. I'm a natural brainstormer. So I'm really good at identifying unique niches, avoiding hijackers. And of course, this is a business, so we want to make money and maintain margins. And Jerry Mills was able to do that when he entered the Bundle Masterclass. You get 8 training modules, but here's the thing. I am rebranding this and I am adding more new content based on changes in our market in the past year. So here's the thing, Amazon is not the be all end all, right? And by the way, there are a whole lot of other marketplaces that we could be selling on besides Amazon, in addition to Amazon. So think about the real cost of education. How many people are flying to conferences right now? Not so much, right? Haven't been in the past year. But thinking about if you just went out and bought a bunch of stuff and spent $1,000 on product without doing your product research, you lost $1,000 because you didn't follow my strategy for creating bundles, which is customer-centric approach. How much does it cost to get unsuspended from Amazon, and how much money will you lose while your account is suspended because you haven't done it the right way? Live events can be super costly. High price courses, I probably have already spent this year, invested this year, probably $6,000, maybe more, probably more than that, in high-end courses, right? Teaching me something niche about growing my e-commerce business. Learn what major retail stores do without the cost of importing, right? So we'll take a look at what retailers are doing right now. If you walk into a big box store, you'll see they're putting out their fall stuff and their back to school already, and it's the beginning of July. So we'll talk about how you can get inspiration from what major retailers are doing right now. Plus, I'm going to give you these bonuses. I've created 100 done-for-you bundle concepts with a bunch of different variations on it to get you started and get your brain juices going. And for those of you who say, I'm not creative, the entire several first lessons of the Bundle Masterclass helps you unlock the creativity that we all naturally have as kids. And you're going to get my inspiration of bundle concepts in addition to that. Dollar store supplier wallet. Dollar stores don't, they get their stuff from somewhere, right? Well, they're paying maybe 25 to 45 cents for their product. I'm going to show you where to get dollar store stuff. I'm going to give you my supplier Rolodex so you can buy wholesale products with small MOQs of the same types of products you get at dollar stores for $1. And then the new training. So I will be shooting this in the next couple of weeks. Last year I pivoted. I added my retail store boutique. I added wholesale flipping. I added my Shopify store. eBay, Etsy, and Facebook Marketplace is just blowing up for me. So how to sell your bundles off Amazon, how to sell your bundles, how to test a bundle concept using like Facebook Marketplace platform before you go deep on Amazon. I'm very excited about how outreaching off of Amazon has affected my bottom line and my e-commerce business. Another thing this allows me to do is build a business with a social media following in different niches and collect email addresses. So now I'm building a business that can be sold. If you're only relying on selling on Amazon, Amazon owns all that customer data. You might be making money, but you don't own the customer data. So you'll be able to sell your Amazon business, but for much less money than if you built out your customer base, customer contact information off of Amazon. You'll be able to get a lot more money, multiples for the value of your business when you decide to sell it. So every lesson of my eyes, I see many new untapped opportunities from newbies to experienced sellers. Debbie Tremblay highly recommends the Bundle Master Course. Can you tell I'm very energetic? And yes, my lessons are very unique, but I also slow down and give you all exercises to do. As you see, we did some exercises during this presentation. I make sure that you're not overwhelmed. And if you do feel overwhelmed, we got our private Facebook group that you can get into and ask all your questions. Here's a recap. You got all the bonuses. And I've just started now creating t-shirts. I created a new brand called Snarky Cat, and this will be one of my t-shirts. Kiss me, I'm a bundler. You get instant access right now to the private masterclass, all of the course content for Bundle Masterclass, plus the first bonuses. And again, that how to sell off of Amazon will be coming in a couple of weeks. You save $200. The price goes up Wednesday morning, July 7th at 12:01 a.m. Save $200 right now. Join today for $497. Go to smartbundling.com. Use the discount code BMC Flash Sale. BMC is short for Bundle Masterclass. BMC Flash Sale, and $200 will be knocked off of that price. So you get in for just $497. You've got to take action before Tuesday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. You can reach out to me on social media, contact me on Facebook. Now don't go anywhere because I'm going to show you some live bundle examples like I promised. Okay, so write down smartbundling.com, use BMC Flash Sale. I'll send you an email reminder so you can get in before Tuesday night to save that $200. Because I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of new content to this course, including how to build a brand to sell, how to sell off Amazon. The content in this course is going to be even more in depth. It will be like a high-end private label training course, and the price has to go up because of that. I'm sure you guys have seen the wholesale courses selling for $3,000, $3,500. You get a similar course focused on bundling with a ton of content you can use in other areas of your business for just $497 for my approach, customer-centric approach to creating bundles. So let's do some real life examples. How many people want to see my real life examples? Ready? Did you write this down? Smartbundling.com, smartbundling.com. Use discount code BMC Flash Sale for $200 off. Take a screenshot of this because I'm going to stop screen sharing and show you some real live bundle examples. You ready? Here we go. Okay. How you doing, guys? Good to see y'all. Let me do a speaker view. Okay. Can y'all see me? Type yes in the chat. Can you see me? So I can see you, Barbara. Yes, I'm here. I can see you. Good stuff. You can see me? Good. Here we go. I'm going to show you some cool bundles I'm either working on or I'm selling right now. So I know Hal's going to love this one. I'm going to stand up for this, kids. There we go. I've got a standing desk. This kind of goes up and down here. So Hal's going to love this. You ready? There is a wine glass in here, a blingy wine glass. It says fabulous at 50. It's got a wine bottle bag, a portable wine bottle, plastic wine bottle, and a flask. Bad decisions make good stories, and the colors match the pink in the cup. Now, pay attention to the creative packaging. I didn't just throw this all in a box or a poly bag. This will end up in a box because it's breakable. I want to put that in a box. But I used what we call an organza bag. I love organza bags. I use organza, there's another one here somewhere. But I love using organza bags because they just look super cute. And remember, when people open that Amazon box, I don't want them just to open a box and see the stuff, you know, the individual items. I want them to have an experience. And trust me, I get so many comments when people leave reviews saying, I love the packaging. So I know the packaging, that little added extra is working. And there's a saying, I didn't coin it, but I love it. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So when you go that little extra, it didn't cost me a whole lot more for this organza bag than it did for other packaging. All right, let's keep going. Let's do this one. So 2 different suppliers. You ready? Look at this drawstring bag. It's really like nice. It's thick, but it says dance. Now, you know how I love passionate niche markets. Next to my boutique, Blue Unicorn Boutique, is a dance studio. Little girls in tutus all over the place. Super cute, right? So when I found this product, I was like, yeah, but needs something to go with it, right? So they're putting their little dance shoes in there, and what it can also be for dance moms. So if my target market is the dance moms who all sit out in their cars in front of the dance studio waiting for the kids for like an hour. So you're a dance mom, you got this little bag here. What else are you gonna need? You're gonna need a dance tumbler, right? But this dance tumbler also has cheer, gymnastics, right? So I put these 2 together, and that is my bundle right there. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I did this one for Easter. This was a lot of fun, and this bundle started me on the journey of personalizing products. And in the next couple of months, I am going to add to the Bundle Masterclass training information on how to personalize products that you're selling on Amazon. So I haven't sold them on Amazon. I've sold them off Amazon because it was, like a week before Easter. So I just sold them locally on Facebook Marketplace, like 10 days before Easter, but it exploded. So I'm ready for next Easter. So here are baby blankets. And this is one of my private label brands. I sell baby blankets, but I put it together with, ta-da, a stuffed bunny. Super cute, right? But I say super cute a lot, pardon me. I'll try not to. But on the ear, I personalized it with vinyl and a heat press for the child's name. So this was my first foray into personalization, but then it exploded into starting a t-shirt brand. But I'm probably going to have someone who's really good at personalizing stuff selling on Amazon. I'm going to have them come into the Bundle Masterclass, and I'll interview them, and we'll learn from them how to do the personalization. Okay, I'm looking for that expert now. I don't want to teach you something that I'm not really good at. So there are people smarter than me about other stuff. So I'll bring those into the Bundle Masterclass so we can learn how to sell personalized stuff on Amazon. All right, next, again, baby blanket thing, right? So it's another, I love unicorns. But here's the thing, a cross market for my baby blankets is the pet market. The pet market, the dog breeder market. I have a dog breeder locally who she'll come in and buy like 50 of these because she sends one home in her puppy pack with all the dogs. She rubs the blanket on the mama dog and then sends it to the new, adoptee, whatever, the new dog person, along with the puppies. But what I put with it was these little guys. I bought these. This was a closeout, and I bought a lot of them for a really good price. And of course, it's a unicorn with wings, and it is a clip, a carabiner clip. And I also have a bundle that I have several bundles I do this with. I have another one that's got a lunch kit, all unicorn, a water bottle, but then a cute zippered unicorn beach bag, right? And then this clip. But ready? Listen up. Turn up your volume if you haven't. Can you hear that? So I sent this to a friend of mine, and this little girl called it sparkles or sprinkles. So this has got a name now, but this is the bundle. Wow. And then I can add other things to that depending on the target market. Make sense? All right. Since it's July 4th, I thought I'd show you a July 4th bundle. Now, I didn't have all of this here. They're at my warehouse, but I did have one in the garage I wanted to show you. So I put this bag together with that wallet. And I also have USA flag wallets. So I've got a couple variations of it. But then I also got these scarves and American flag scarves and tied a scarf on the handle. So the bundle is the scarf, the bag, and this, right? Okay. So let me check. I've got a couple more for you. Let me check the chat and make sure you guys can hear me. Are you seeing me and hearing me? But I see you in the chat, so I know that you're seeing me. I've got a couple more things I want to show you here. Awesome. Okay. Are you seeing me? You guys in the chat? Go ahead and put in the chat that you can see me. Thank you. I'm going to drop this link in the chat too. Awesome. How you doing, Tammy? Okay, so because I have a black cat named Boo, I'm surprised he hasn't made an entrance, because usually when I'm doing a webinar, he'll come trouncing across the desk to say hi. So he's sleeping somewhere. He's tired from wrecking the flowers. So I started this t-shirt or this apparel brand called Snarky Cat. So now I'm looking for everything and anything that's cat related, but I focus on black cats because there's a following of people who love black cats, right? They love their little panthers. So I found these mugs, wholesale. This one says, "You had me at meow." Big. Look at this sucker. I mean, this is huge, right? And in the inside is different colors, and there's 4 variations, but they're all with black cat, and they all have a different saying, and the inside's purple or pink or blue, and then even on the inside it's got the little paw mark. Really adorable. So let's practice putting yourself into the customer centric mode. So I'm a lady with a black cat, and I'm sitting there drinking my tea or my coffee, and I got my feet up with a blanket on with my cat on my legs, which is completely how I start my morning. Well, what do I have on my feet? Black cat socks, right? Really simple bundle. Really simple bundle, right? So you got the black cat socks put together with that in a cute box. And on the outside, you can have a black cat stamped on it, right? You can buy rubber stamps to stamp boxes, or you can buy stickers to put on boxes, right? So that's my bundle right there, just 2 pieces. And so instead of just saying, buying a mug, if I'm competing against everybody on Amazon selling a mug with a black cat on it, this puts me over the top. Boom. And the size of the mug. It's a nice big mug. So I've set myself apart, not just with the quality of the product, but the size of but I added the socks. Okay. And by the way, the socks cost me $1. So, were these? Yeah, these cost me $1. I got some other ones from a liquidator for like 68 cents, right? That had black hats on it. So if this cost me $1, but I charge 5 more because it's got these in it, does that make sense? Absolutely. And I have a happy customer. Okay, this is an easy peasy bundle. This was straight wholesale, just straight wholesale. A company that had that carries oven mitts and stuff and bath towels. So I just put together, and they change the designs every year, which kind of stinks because I can't resource this from them, this design. And it's 4 towels and a pot holder and an oven mitt, polybagged, boom, sent into Amazon. That was an easy sell for Christmas time. Now, if you wanted, you could branch out and do year round, right? All right, last one. This is a fun one. So another drawstring bag. But remember, what did I start doing just a few months ago? So it's a drawstring bag with paws on it because I'm in the pet market. But then I bought out a guy who had a failed private label product because his packaging was terrible. And it was a pet grooming kit, but his packaging was terrible. So here is the pet grooming kit. This thing is crazy cool. There's clippers and nail files and brush. Oh my. Toothbrush. This is really cool, but his packaging was awful. It was falling apart. Things were falling out. So he liquidated it and I bought it. And then I bought these for like 15 cents, again, from a liquidator. This was actually a product that the Girl Scouts were selling one year, and this was the end of their inventory. So it's a drawstring bag. And then bonus, I put this together with this and then a baby blanket, a dog blanket with paw marks on it, right? So that's my bundle for that market. But then remember, I added personalization this year. So instead of a blank one, this is vinyl. That's Gizmo. That's one of my cat's names, right? So you can personalize it with the dog's name. So this is something they can hang on when they're walking the dog, or if it's somebody with a small dog that's got a little stroller, right? They hang this on, or if it's a dog walker, they just boom, and then their hands are freed up for walking the dogs. So these are examples of bundling by looking at the target market first, right? So putting yourself in customer-centric mode before you buy anything, I want to understand my target market and what's important to them. So anyway, do you guys have any questions? I know I've gone on for a little bit. We're a little bit over time here, but hopefully I was able to drop a ton of content for you. Remember, come join me in the Bundle Masterclass. Go to smartbundling.com and type in BMC flash sale. You got to get in before Tuesday night, because on Wednesday morning, the price is going to $697 because I'm adding all this new content to it. I'd love to see you in there, and let me know how I can help you. Go ahead and ask your questions in the chat. If you've got anything, happy to answer you on Facebook as well. Again, my name is Barbara Drazga. Find me on Facebook, and we will continue the conversation over on Facebook if you need to. And again, I invite you to come join me in smartbundling.com, BMC flash sale, save $200. And if you got any questions, put them in the chat real quick, and I will be sure to answer them for you. If not, and you're watching a replay of this, hit me up on Facebook, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. Will we get updates in the future? Yes. Edith, it is lifetime access to the course. I put new updates in as things happen and things change and new opportunities become available. I put new content in the course, and you get access to that. It's lifetime of the course, because, I could live to be 104, but lifetime of the course, you get access to all new content. Yes, there is a private Facebook group. We're very active and specific in that group. So if you have a specific question about a bundle that you're working on and you need help brainstorming, whatever, we can do that in the group as well. Since you use liquidation products, as many of your bundles short-lived? No. So here's what I do. So this is just my model right now. It morphed into that, but I source wholesale, make my own products, liquidations and closeouts, RA. These socks came from the Dollar Tree. These from Dollar Tree. Because I could just go buy like a dozen of them and test out a product, right? And this was wholesale. So the closeouts, what happens is, oh, I didn't bring the, here's some packaging. I wanted to show you guys some packaging and a package company, Fat Box, that I'm going to try out. So for instance, about 2 weeks ago, I bought a closeout of 1,100 coffee mugs with Day of the Dead skulls on them in a retail box. Beautiful, just gorgeous. Only 1,100 of them, got a great price on them. But they're going to sell like crazy. What happens when I run out? One, I bought a mug press so I can make them myself if I want to. But two, it'd be cheaper to have a design made that's similar to that and send it off to a mug company. So I use the closeout and liquidation as a way to test bundle concepts and then go to factory. If the concept hits and I want to create more, I go to factory. Another thing I can do with that mug is go to the company is still in business. They just cycle new products in and out, right? I could go to the manufacturer of that product and ask them to have it manufactured, have 1,000 more manufactured for me, but with my label on the box. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions. How did you hear about the PL that had terrible packaging? I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are a lot of private, I'll buy. Oh, how did I hear about the dog? I have relationships with liquidators and closeouts and wholesale suppliers because I've been in the business for a while. And this business is all about relationship, like all about relationships. So once you start building relationships with suppliers and they know what you're looking for, you tell them what niches you're in, et cetera, they'll just start coming to you. They'll start calling you. It'll be like a flood of products to choose from. So Jay asks, since you use liquidation, I just answered that. Okay, hopefully we didn't have too many questions in here. I know a lot of you guys are eager to get on your July 4th holidays. So again, my name is Barbara Drazga. I'm happy to answer any questions. Go ahead and hit me up on Facebook, Barbara Drazga, or facebook.com/groups/dealdiva, DEALDIVA. And go ahead and join me in the Bundle Masterclass. Go to smartbundling.com, use BMC flash sale to save $200 before Tuesday night. And we'll see you guys in the course again and on social media. Thanks for coming today, guys. Happy weekend. Bye.